What's up, guys? This is Child Support School. Classes in session. Today I'm going to make a video about a question that I'm getting asked all the time. Now that we're getting some viewing, some subscribers to this channel, I'm getting this question a lot. Is, hey, what does child support even cover? Right? A lot of the time it's coming from dad who's saying, I'm paying my child support, but yet baby's mom is hitting me up for other money for things like, food, the light bill, the cell phone bill. Like, what do if I'm paying my child support, what do I have to pay? Like, do I have to pay extra stuff? And the answer is sometimes, but I'll want to get into some detail about that because not enough people know about this, and there's not really a lot of information on the internet to point people in the right direction. So here's the deal. So if you're paying child support is meant to cover the basic necessities of life for the kid, right? So that's going to be, first off, the four walls, housing, food, clothing, transportation, right? You think of those basic necessities of life, and then you come out a little bit from there. There's expenses that are related to all those things, right? So, mom's electric bill, right? Mom's cell phone bill, mom's car payment, mom's car insurance, food, groceries for the house, clothes for the child, all of those basic, hygiene items. Maybe if the child's a baby, diapers and formula, right? That's the stuff that child support is meant to cover, right? What child support does not cover is child care, like daycare, after school care, health insurance for the kid, right? Any medical costs for the kid that are not covered by insurance, right? Like glasses, braces, co-pays or deductibles on health insurance. All those are not covered by child support. So in most cases, you could be on the hook for some additional reimbursement and payment and stuff for those items. But if you're getting hit up by the other parent, whether it's mom or dad, if you're getting hit up by the other parent for help with the electric bill, and you're current on your child support, you're not going to get in trouble with the court if you don't have the money to help, right? Now, would it be the right thing to do to chip in a few bucks to help? I'm not going to say no, but, because, your kid's living over there maybe half the time or more. So, you want your kid, if you've got extra money, you want your kid to be straight as long as, mom's not going to go and, spend it on like cigarettes or a purse or if mom, if you're going to help dad, dad's not spending it on something else. But you're not going to get in trouble as long as you're current on your child support. And that also goes for help with the cell phone bill. Now, if you've agreed to pay 50% of the kid's cell phone bill, then you gotta honor that, because I have seen judges slap a parent for promising to make that payment and then reneging on the deal and not making the payment. So that's a big one. Also, extracurricular activities. Okay, this is not covered by child support. So I'm talking about like scouts, soccer, baseball, dance, football, any extracurricular activity that the child is involved in that costs money, where there's like uniforms, there's registration fees, there's monthly dues, that kind of stuff. That's not covered by child support. And so usually, if you have a parenting plan, like if you went and you would established custody, you'll have like a parenting order, right, that outlines every aspect of the parenting. Most of the time, those parenting plans are going to have a provision that says that, hey, look, all extracurricular activities that the parents mutually agree to are going to be, the costs are going to be split 50-50 between the parents, right? And, if a parent signs a kid up for an activity that the other parent didn't agree to, then that parent would be responsible for 100% of the cost. So, so that kind of leads to another thing. If you've got a provision like that in your order, and the other parent texts you saying, "Hey, look, I'm thinking about putting little Johnny or little Susie in dance, right, in competitive dance, right? What do you think of that? You think that's a good idea?" And you just, you're in a hurry, you're on your way to work, you're late, and you just text back, "Yeah, it sounds great," right? You might have just agreed to put the kid into a super expensive, super time-consuming, super stressful activity. And that text is now evidence that you agreed to it, and you're on the hook for paying half of it and getting little Johnny or little Susie to that activity on your time sharing days if there's practice or competitions or anything. So just watch out for that. If you get that text, and so many parents do, from the other parent saying, "Hey, look, thinking about doing this activity, for the child, what do you think?" You want to ask questions like, "Well, hey, what's the cost? How many days a week are the practices and the games? What's the schedule?" Right? You need to know, how far away is it? Right? You need to know what you're signing up for, because if you just say, "Yeah, sounds great," you might be in trouble. Okay, so now all of these things that child support is covers, if you're not current on your child support, then the judge really cracks down on that. They see it as, you are failing to provide for the basic necessities of the child's life, right? For the child to exist and survive. And that's why judges take child support so seriously. That's why so many parents get tossed in jail for non-payment of child support. It's because the way the law is set up, they view this as, the child has a right to be supported by both parents financially for their basic necessities of life: food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and all that kind of stuff. And so, that's why a lot of times it'll feel like the judge has like this personal vendetta against you if you're like 6 months late on your child support. It's not because the judge necessarily hates you. Well, I mean, maybe if you went into court and showed your ass and disrespected them, maybe the judge doesn't like you. But if you've been respectful and polite to the court and everything, and it still feels like they're pissed at you, and you're late on your child support, that could be why. Because these judges just feel like it's their job to really protect kids and their right to be supported and their basic necessities of life. And if you're not doing that, they're gonna seem like they got a hard on for you, and a lot of dads or moms sometimes don't understand why. And it usually boils down to that. But the judge isn't going to explain themselves to you like that in court. But anyway, all right. So look, I hope this video helped. We got a lot of other helpful videos on this channel. I haven't made a video in a while, and I see that we're still getting a lot of subscribers. That tells me that there's a lot of you out there who need this information and who are hungry for it. So I am going to start making more videos on the regular. I know that once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to add a paid feature, a paid kind of subscription feature to this channel, where I can add more in-depth videos on actually like how to go through like the court case piece, kind of some guidance and some coaching on that. So be on the lookout for that. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, when that happens, I'll probably link to that in the description, so just be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, listen, class is dismissed. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one.